back to the last poem that's going to be getting this little treatment of how I wrote it. If you have any ideas for a title, let me know. So this one is for Sagittarius, and it's called Supernova. So this one, I kind of took the concept of a supernova, which is, for those who don't know, an exploding star. You can Google a lot of pretty images of supernovas. They're great wallpapers and lock screens, but that's not what I'm here for. So with supernova, it's kind of about the poem counterpart to Graduation's Find Your Way Back to Me. So in Find Your Way Back to Me, I write that Everly apologizes to Julian, who she realizes she did not do the right thing towards him. And she's really sorry for it. She kind of let it weigh her down. And I can't really go into talking about how I wrote Supernova without talking about, kind of my outlook on Find Your Way Back to Me a couple of years after I write it. Years after I had the events that I had kind of thought about had happened. So, it was a lot of 8th grade cringe. I will admit that. It's a silly little thing that, in hindsight, I had a lot of bigger things happen that, stung. But this one just kind of sticks on a little more because I was the one that did it. And, I never really got the chance to apologize. And I've always wanted to. But, the bridge was burned. So you can't really do anything. So with Find Your Way Back to Me, I wrote it as kind of okay, I have this thing called being a writer. And I want to be able to create that scenario where I get the chance to apologize to this person that I feel I messed up. And unfortunately, it gave me that temporary closure, but in hindsight, after going through it and doing the edits, it felt kind of half-assed. It's not, it's an apology, but it's more oh, hey, by the way, I'm sorry. It didn't feel real. And this was a thing that happened back when I was 14 years old. And here I am at 21 years old. So 7 years had passed. And it's I look back and it's oh my God, I'm so sorry about this. And I kind of reflect on I'd go back and change it if I could. I know that I can do all these things, but it wouldn't really matter if I can't make it up to this person. And I think one of the hardest things for me, at least, is that I still think about it. I wrote about it twice. And wrote and released it twice. And this person's probably out there in whatever part of the world they call home, living their own life, and they probably forgot about it. So it's acknowledging all these things, and it's probably one of my most heartbreaking works. Because it's nothing romantic. But it's that moment when you realize that, it's too late for you to fix it, And it's a little confessional because, hello, Zodiac Confessionals. So, yeah, that's Supernova for Sagittarius. Next week, all the poems will be out, and I can't wait for you to see all of them. So, until next time.